So there's a couple times during the year that I feel that there's new beginnings. One obviously is January 1 when all the resolutions are happening and all of the big dreams and goals. And then the second time for me is right now in September. People are going back to school, all the things. And so I'm asking you, is it time for you to start your YouTube channel right now? Let's talk about it. Hey there, if you don't know who I am, my name is Tony and I am a filmmaker and photographer in the St. Louis area, and today we're talking about YouTube. Specifically, should you start a YouTube channel? Now, there's already so many YouTube channels. It's 2024, everybody has one, and everyone has a thought. Well, I want to talk to you today about why I think that you should start a YouTube channel, even if everything that you think you have to say is already covered. So, let's talk about it. For starters, I've been doing YouTube for several years, and in fact, I think I started in 2018 with just a small channel, a handful of subscribers, and now I'm well into 10,000 subscribers, and I just love the community that I have and the friendships that I found through YouTube. I also love the fact that I get to share some of my experiences, I get to share some of my knowledge to help you become a better creative. And so my whole thing here is I think that you should start a YouTube channel, even if you feel that there's already way too many. So let's talk about some of the reasons why I think that it'd be really good for you, specifically you that's watching this video, to start a YouTube channel. The first one is this is a great platform for you to express yourself. You get to share what's important to you. Nobody else has any say over a YouTube channel that you create. That's one of the reasons that I actually started mine, is I was working in a larger organization, part of a creative team, and there's so many different opinions on creativity and subjectivity and what we need to do and what's right and what's wrong. And so I just said, I'm starting a YouTube channel. It's gonna be mine. I get to do the videos that I want. I get to express the thoughts that I want. I get to color grade it the way that I want. I get to edit it the way that I want, and nobody else has any say in it. And so YouTube is just a great place for you to just kind of express yourself and get a chance to kind of figure out who you are. The next thing that YouTube does is it lets you use your gear. I just did a video on R5 versus the R5C and Mark II and all the things, and I can't tell you how many people have spent thousands of dollars on gear. They've got gear out there that's just incredible. I sold my R6 to somebody, and then they bought the 50mm f1.2. They bought the 70mm or the 70 to 200, and they bought the 24 to 105 f4. So they've got an incredible kit. And so what YouTube does for me, even I have a company that I create content for people. And there are weeks that even with having my own company that I don't get to use my gear. And YouTube gives me an outlet to use my gear and to craft my creativity and to make it better because I get to use that gear consistently. And every week I get to make a video and I get to try new things and I get to create new B-roll shots and I get to figure out how to, improve my audio and all of these things. It's a really easy way for you to consistently use the gear that you have invested in, whether you're just a hobbyist or you want to make some money on the side, or maybe you're a professional and you use your gear to make money. Well, YouTube is just another way for you to use that gear. Let's keep talking here. Like I said earlier, there have been several relationships that I have found through YouTube. And so YouTube lets you create a community. It helps you build your name a little bit and create a following. There's several people on YouTube. That's the only way that I know them. And I love hearing their stories, and it was really funny. There's a guy named Mission Moto. I actually was out in Colorado a couple weeks ago, and I saw him in the same city that we were staying in, and it was just really cool to make this huge world that we live in a lot smaller. And so he just posted a video, and he was walking out of the Bear Cafe, and it's really funny because like I was in that coffee shop when he was filming that, and I drove past him on my motorcycle when he was doing a little talking head right next to his van, and it just takes this big world and it makes it really small. And that can happen for you too, where people see you out in your community and they celebrate you and what you're doing, and just be able to create that community and the awareness of who you are and what you're about. Here's the other thing about it all: you get to give your opinion on things. And what I mean by that is, I can make a video. Jared Polin can make a video. Any of these photographer guys can make a video, but nobody can make the same video that you can make. And what I mean by that is, there are people that watch my videos on the R5C, and it's nothing special. I don't do technical specs. I don't do long reviews with all of the things. I just share my perspective and how that camera works in my workflow. And people watch it, believe it or not. They watch it and they comment and they say, thanks for sharing, and I love this little aspect. This was the one piece that I hadn't heard on YouTube yet. And so you get to kind of share your perspective that's different from anyone else's. Nobody else can make that video. So lots of different reasons why I think that you should make YouTube. And in all honesty, I love it. I really love the community that I have. Sure, there's, the comment trolls and people who just completely disagree with what I say. But for the most part, the overwhelming support when I publish a video, there's nothing like it. And so I would just encourage you, really think through, is this something that you want to do? And if it is, if you've been thinking about it for a couple years, now is the time to start. Now is the time to start, okay? Another thing that I've always wrestled with is, I think it all has to be perfect. And in all honesty, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be published. And so one of the things that YouTube has done for me, especially when I was in my stride and I was pushing videos out weekly, is you get into a rhythm where you're constantly making new content. And even if you don't see it, that content will get better and better each week just because you're getting the reps in. So that's just another little thing that I've noticed, is it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have the studio that other people have. I don't have the gear that other people have. But every time I do a video and I use my gear, it can get better and better. All right, I've said enough. Honestly, as you grow, your quality will grow, your quantity will grow, your subscribers will grow, all of that stuff. The best thing that you can do is just start doing it. I work with a couple different companies with YouTube channels, and we just launched a YouTube channel a couple weeks ago, and we did the whole branding, and we did kind of dial in some of the quality, and we dialed in the thumbnails and all of the things, and it was just a really fun project for me, and it's been pretty successful, and it's been fun to watch that channel grow and listen to their advice that they're giving to married couples or whatever they're doing, and it's just been really fun to see them get excited about this project. And so that's kind of where this video was sparked for me, because I know that there's other people that are watching my content thinking, man, I wish I could have a channel with 10,000 subscribers. Well, you can. It doesn't happen overnight, but you can have a channel, and you can express your thoughts, and you can give your perspective, and you can continue to get better and better. So I encourage you, if you've been thinking about this, now is the time. I promise you, if you do it now and you do a video every week, you'll have 100 subscribers by the end of the year. I promise you. It's just how it works. And you just get excited and you share what you're doing, and other people will do the same. So now's the time. Get on it. What questions do you have for me? I've been doing this for years, like I said. I would love to answer any questions for somebody who's starting out. What kind of gear do you need? You could start with an iPhone. You really could. You could start with just a very minimal setup where you sit in front of a window and you just hit record and you start talking, or you document your life. You go on adventures and you share what those adventures are happening in your area, all of that. I would love to know, what kind of questions do you have for somebody who's been doing this for years, has a little tiny channel that's a little bit bigger than some, but I would love to just hear your questions. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I'm trying my hardest to get back into it, and I'm really excited about what's happening on YouTube right now and what's happening in my life, and I want to be able to share that. So all of these things that I've shared in this video, I want to apply to my channel and what's happening in my life, and so I would love for you to join me in this community we call YouTube. And so subscribe, like this video, which you guys have been doing a lot lately, which is really fun, and leave those comments of what questions you have for me. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Let me know what you want me to talk about. Here we go. Game on.